Welcome to Inside the Gates, the podcast, man. Appreciate y'all for coming to kick it with your boy Sarge today. And on today's show, I get to bring on somebody that I work with, in the Department of Corrections. And it was a little quick journey between us. He was there for the back end of my career with DOC. But when I dropped the reel, he reached out and he wanted to come on and talk about his experience inside the gates. So I'm gonna welcome D on to the show today. I got D kicking it with me in the bottom bunk in Alpha Dorm, and today we gonna dive into his experience with DOC. As a CO, we walk a different road too, but we spend time inside the gates. We spend more time inside the gates than we do at home. So we got a unique experience too, and today we gonna tap into that because our walk is different. And we're going to keep it real with y'all about the things that go on inside the gates. So welcome D on to the show.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
So I got D here, man, and I'm going to jump straight into it. What made you want to be a CO?
Man, honestly, I need a job. I was thinking about being police and stuff, whatever. DOC, I knew it was going to hit me back. I got some friends that worked in there. And, I did that. They put me on, and all the journey.
So what compound did you start at?
I started at Hernando Correctional Institution with the females. Then briefly after, I went to Sumter. Then to Sumter for 2.5 years and spent my final year at Zephyr Hills Correctional Institution.
All right. You say you started at the female institution.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, we're gonna tap into how was the academy? Because the academy was different for me, so how was it for you?
Oh, man. Well, academy for me was militarized. We had a bunch of redneck white boys, jacked up, coked up on energy drinks and deer meat, making us run and push-ups and sit-ups and, all that shit. So it was cool, the academy. But the one thing I did like about it was it reminded me a little bit of, military style. So I fucked with it. I thought it was legit. I liked it.
Yeah, so y'all had, boot camp type, man. Our academy was chill, man. We did push-ups and stuff like that, but I started at Taylor CI and Sergeant Taylor, he was a cool cat, man. We did our little 1-2, but it wasn't that hard. How was spray day though? How you took that first spray?
Oh man. See, I kinda got used to being pepper sprayed with prior experiences. But it sucked. I got sprayed twice. She said that our instructor, I'm gonna say, Miss H. Boy, man, if you ever hear this, man, I appreciate you because you was the only one that believed in me. But, yeah, man, she sprayed me twice, in the eye. She thought I ain't get enough, put a glove on, sprayed in my eye. It hurt, but it wasn't too bad, I had fun watching everybody else get sprayed, though.
Yeah, man. Hey, that spray, the crazy part for me, man, I went last. And it had to be about 30 of us that did it, man, and I went last. I had to watch everybody else get tortured.
Oh.
And then Sergeant Taylor made sure to spray me good. And man, it was an experience, but I always told people I didn't want to advance and do nothing. I didn't want to be on those special units just because they had to get sprayed again.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I didn't like that shit, man. So, yeah, I kind of stayed away from that spray after that there. But since we're talking about spray, what was your first use of force like?
My first use of force, believe it or not, was on a female. Yes, female. It was 2 females in the shower. They were fighting. Over another CO that they liked. I'm just doing my little security chat, boom, on the computer doing my duties. And I see 2 naked women fighting. I'm a COT. I didn't know. So I'm calling the radio. I'm like, listen, I got 2 naked women fighting, whatever. That's wordage, whatever. So I came out there. And it's crazy because when I first sprayed them, the spray, it came out it didn't come out at all. So I'm looking crazy. I'm out there with 2 naked females fighting. You know what I mean? I'm liking what I'm seeing, but I'm not supposed to. So, I just had to go hands-on. Slippery, wet. It wasn't a good experience.
Yeah, man. My first one, it was behind the chow hall, and I was working overtime. And it was a fight in between 2 inmates behind the chow hall, and I was the only one on the scene. That shit was crazy. So I was like, it's my time to shine. But I think everybody first time you nervous as fuck because you can't prepare for when it's time to pop that gas.
You don't want to like a pussy in front of everybody else.
So you definitely don't want to look like you're soft in front of everybody. And that Taylor, they kind of was Taylor was different. Taylor was more so if you were soft, they damn near wanted to put you in medical. You couldn't work on the compound with them. I would say that they believed in, hey man, we need tough officers. If your ass soft, you can't come on the compound. You got to stay your ass in medical. or take your ass to Rover.
Remember the
But
one.
looking back at it now, man, shit, man, Rover was all right, man. I used to be out on Rover, got my 99 jams playing, man. They got a little slow mix that they play late night. I'm out that bitch singing. You got R. Kelly coming through that bitch, man. You got a mean R. Kelly mix. Keith Sweat, man. Shit, before you know it, man, it's time to go home. I done sung all night, but yeah, man. I popped that gas that first time, man, and that shit, like, it was chills. Like, I couldn't believe I did that shit, but it was cool, though.
You were shaking like you was like, dang, like I can't
Yeah, I
believe
couldn't
just
believe I
somebody.
sprayed. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like that shit was like crazy. Then the 2 inmates that I gassed, I ended up, you know what I'm saying, working in confinement. They was like, damn, Fitz, you ain't have to spray me like that. Damn. I was like, hey man, I had to do my job, bro.
I do
like,
what I had to do, bro.
I had to pop that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, so you know what I'm saying? That first time spraying that gas, man, that shit is kind of crazy. So you said you worked at a female institution. What is that like?
I mean, as a straight male, you know what I mean, and not bashing anybody who ain't, you know, whatever they like, what they like. But for me, you know, we're seeing the women in our dorms. You have Alpha dorm, Bravo dorm, Charlie dorm. Hernando was very small. Hernando only had like 450 inmates, but they were the female prisons, and have 3 in the state, so they had to go somewhere. The dorms, they were set up to where the bathroom and stuff were in your peripheral, so you could see when they're showering, going to the bathroom, or just in the bathroom in general. And it was hard for me because me being a male at a female prison, it don't matter how you look, fat, skinny, ugly, handsome, you a man. And you're going to get, some of them ain't never seen a man in over 20 years. So besides, you know, the COs. So, you know, I had, you know, them expose themselves to me all the time, making sexual gestures and stuff. And, you know what I mean? It was hard for me because there was some fine stuff in there, fine stuff. And I looked them up. You're not supposed to, but hey, you know what I mean? I had to for security purposes. You know what I mean? And some of them, they're not monsters. They got DUI, they hit a tree.
Right.
You know, some got some bad checks. You know, they're not all bad, they're not murderers or anything like that. So it's like, you know what I mean? You know. So, but overall, it was a hard time. It was hard. But count time was the hardest time. See, back at Hernando, they used to call it count time. That's when you used to get a date. Because the women, they all sit on their bunk. Recall. They run to their bunk. They get their little mirrors. They start putting their little makeshift makeup on, lipstick, man. You know, everything like that, everything ready. Have their legs open. And, yeah, man, they used to get officers numerous times, you know what I mean, make you distracted. So you had to come back and count again.
So you sure that's a count or is that a cat call?
I think that's a cat call. But it was good for me, though, because, you know, it kept me sharp attention to detail.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I appreciate it. But now, at the age I'm at now, I started this when I was younger. If I did it now, I would politely decline. Just because I know how I am. It was hard.
Right.
It was hard.
And I remember going on a tour to a female institution. And I knew then. I was young. I wasn't mentally ready. Me coming out there to count and you got your pussy and your ass out at me, bro. Man, I ain't mentally ready for this. Like, you expect me to write her a DR? Nah, I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not
buddy.
writing a DR.
I'm not even giving her a CC. You know what I would do? I might ask her to come take out my trash, though. So it's like I knew I wasn't mentally ready for that aspect of the game as far as working in a female institution. And man, I know that's tough as a male because them a lot of women that's on your ass. Like you coming in you know what I'm saying, especially if you're a well-kept officer. You got your uniform pressed up, you got your hair cut, you know, your beard lined up. You look good. You know what I'm saying? You taking care of yourself. And them women, like you said, they done been in there so long, man, they pussy purring. They can't wait to fuck something. So and shit, you on the chopping block. You coming in there every day trying to just make you some money, and she looking at you as an opportunity. Like, yeah, I want to get my rocks off with you. So yeah, I know I couldn't really work in that shit, man. I stuck to the male side, and then I had friends that worked in female institutions, and even as a female, she would say like it's the nastiest place in the world. Oh, she was like it was horrible. She was like, you know, between the female products, you know, the time of the month come. And it's a bad smell. She was like, it was rough. And she was like, it was more so of petty shit with the females. Like, they argue about the dumbest shit. She was like, you know, you got the studs. They in there fighting about their girlfriends all the time.
Them studs bump, though. Yeah. They bump, though. They
that's what she
fight,
said.
bro.
She said they bumping in there, man. So, yeah, man, it seems like you had a little kind of crazy experience. So how was the yard at a female institution? You know, because at the yard at a male institution, the boys out there, they got their little shirts cut up, they working out, whoop de whoop. So a female, I can only imagine she got on her tight pants, especially one that got shape. She got her tight pants on, titties jumping left and right, and you out there on the rec yard trying to maintain custody, care, and control. How the fuck does that work for you?
You know that the right incident reports. So hey, nah, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean. You catch them braiding each other's hair, and we had the 3 Fs: no fucking, no fighting, and no frolicking or frolicking, whatever. And Sergeant Rios taught me that. You know what I mean. And I respect Rios because she got me out of a lot of trouble, and she respected me. Shout out to Rios. She had done something doing her thing at the work camp. You know what I mean? And she was real hard on me, and she understood, and I never understood why. But then, older I get, I understand why. Mm-hmm. She knew I was a man, a young man. She knew I had eyes, and they were very well. Right. So she said, "Hey, man, don't be like our last major, our last captain, whatever, that was doing things to females and got caught up." But you know, working the yard with females it was crazy. You know what I mean? Because like I said, they ain't do no what guys do, all that working out and fighting and all that jab. They don't do that. They do each other's hair. You know what I mean? They be holding hands. If they a couple, they be holding hands, walking around. You know what I mean? They just be doing girl stuff. You know what I mean? But like as a male officer to do that, care, custody, control, it's really distracting. But it's easy to fall victim because I would just stand there and mind my business. They say, Officer David, can I talk to you real quick? And I say, yeah, what's going on? They say, oh yeah, this girl bothered me. Can you help me? And I would say, well, ain't much I can do, but I can separate y'all if it's that much of an issue. No, it's okay. I'll talk to you later. Conversation over with. Go ahead and going back to what you were doing because I know what you want. Right. So, you know what I mean? It's challenging. If you're definitely young-minded and you're weak-minded and you able to act on your impulses, working on females is not for you. Right. Not for you.
Yeah, see, I knew that earlier about me. I knew. I love women. So there wasn't no point of me coming in here because I'm not going to see your charge and you beautiful. I love beautiful women, and I know that was my weakness. So I was able to identify that and say, y'all, I'm sticking to the males. I don't like y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? I could be cordial with y'all, but a woman, you know what I'm saying? I got a soft spot for women. That's just me. But, yeah, man, so that was a pretty dope experience, man. So what was your next institution? Where you went at after that?
I got drafted at Sumter for some technicality issues. I'm going to say, yeah, I went to Sumter. This is before it was incentivized. I don't really remember a lot of the cats in there. They then left. They moved, did different things. But the guys that ran my academy was at Sumter CI. So it was good to come back and recognize those faces and the people that, you know, taught me how to do my job. But this was before it was incentivized. So that was I would say, that was my real taste of the Florida Department of Corrections. The stabbings, the fighting, the stuff going on. We had YOs, youthful offenders, for those who don't know.
I know that shit was wild.
We had Sumter, I think, was a gladiator camp. They were saying for a while.
You hear a lot of people talk about Sumter that Sumter was tough. It was gladiator. So yeah,
it was bad. You know what I mean? I had hundreds, and I was always in confinement or working the yard. Right. And so it's crazy because you know, even still with the 6 months, 9 months experience I would have at the time, you know, I think I could hold myself, you know, very well, but. You know, when you standing toe-to-toe with somebody who's 250 pounds solid, you know what I mean, in there for killing his mother and his kids.
That shit different.
You know, yeah, you don't know what to do. He talking to you crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what can I do? Spray? We had tasers at the time, but I couldn't carry when I wasn't a sergeant. Only sergeants carry tasers, you know. Yeah. So, shit. I mean, I just had to use my interpersonal skills and get on his level, and that's where that respect comes from. Respect saved my life a lot of times in institutions.
Hey, people don't understand, man. Inside them gates, respect gonna take you a long way, man. Like that's gonna be the key for you to survive on the strength of. It's a respect game. You coming in there disrespecting people, man, you ain't gonna last long. I done seen officers get fucked up on that disrespectful shit. Because it's all about how you know what I'm saying, you interact with these people, man. You standing next to a killer with fucking gas and keys and a radio. You know how dangerous that shit is? On the outside looking in, man, I could look at that shit now and I'm like, bro, that shit was dangerous as fuck. Like, bro, people could have seriously been fucking killed in an instant. And it doesn't happen. So it's just like, man, you better be a respectable guy. And, you know what I'm saying? If you respectable, bro, you'll be all right in there. But if you not being respectful, dog, you gonna have a long fucking career in that shit, bro, because every day you're going to come to work and it's going to feel like war. Right. It's not going to feel like work. It's going to feel like war because the inmates don't like you. And then if you're a disrespectful person, 9 times out of 10, your coworkers don't like you neither. Yeah. So you ain't gonna enjoy that shit at all. But yeah, man, respect is a big thing, and then that's how I survive, man. Like I could come into work and bro, the inmates got love for me because they know, man, Sarge finna come in this bitch and he finna chill, but you gonna respect what he got going on. He gonna respect what you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a little saying, you know what I'm saying? I got 12 hours inside the gate. Either my shit finna be long and hard or short and sweet. Either way, motherfucker, I'm here for 12. So I'm finna get paid and I'm going home. So you gonna make my shit hard, well, I'm gonna come out on this floor. And if I come out the bubble, I'm working. Fuck it. I'm here for 12 hours. Ain't like I can say, shit, I'm gonna work for 2 hours and go home today. Nah, that ain't how that gonna go. I gotta be here for 12, so bitch, I'm finna make my time fly by. I'm finna go to tearing up lockers and all kind of shit just to make this shit fly by. And I'm doing this shit like, I ain't used to get a kick out of fucking over an inmate locker.
No, that's their livelihood.
That's their livelihood.
That's their life, bro. I ain't
So, you
was
know what I'm saying?
that
That wasn't never my thing, but bitch, if I'm finna come out this bubble, I'm finna fuck your shit up.
for a reason.
Yeah, because now you fucking with me. Like, bitch, I'm trying to kick back. My mind probably ain't here at the moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm most of probably in the streets thinking about what I'm doing to get off. Or, no, so I got real shit going on outside the gates. And you know that's kind of like a golden rule. We keep our personal shit outside the gates. But, yeah, man. So, you know, you said when you got to Sumter, that was your first time, like, you know what I'm saying, welcome to DOC.
Yeah.
So, what was your experience like when you seen somebody get stabbed for the first time?
I mean, so me personally, you know, like I said, I'm athletic. I try to be. I work out. You know what I mean? I ain't the biggest dude, but I ain't the smallest. You know what I mean? I'm pretty in shape for the most part. When I seen, it was like a blade, probably like 5 or 6 inches. It wasn't too bad, but it was bad. You know, and I seen him get stabbed. His meat coming out. You know what I mean? Blood coming out. I had this sense of panic. You know what I mean? But then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? His beef ain't with me. It's with him.
Right.
So me being smart, and I ain't care. The rules and procedures say you don't never go into a situation like that by yourself. You call for backup. So I took my happy ass back in that bubble, and I called for 6, 7. I dart RT, start call everything.
Everybody
call the army.
Bitch,
You know what I mean? I seen that come out, but it was taking forever because there was 2 other fights with YOs going on. It was 3 fights in the one day. So they was all responding to other situations, and you know what I mean? When I'm asking to go over there or for them to come to me, they took too long. So I just took matters in my hands. I seen the dude. I seen he done cut Buddy up. You know what I mean? He did what he did. He was cool. Again, where that respect comes in. I come to the bubble. Hey, man, turn around, cuff up, man. Hey, man, turn around. At the time, you know what I mean? Had my spray. I was ready. And I figured the knife wouldn't stab me. It was a little blade, you know what I mean? I got a little, so I was like, if he stabbed me, he stabbed me. But I got to do something. I can't just, let the dude get stabbed. So I come out there. I say, cuff up. He turn around and cuff up. He say, Sarge, Mr. Officer David, man, I don't want no issues with you. This beef is between me and him, and I handle that. So do what you got to do. Lock me up. And this dude was in life anyway. He had 200 and something years. He was never going out.
Oh, shit.
But he respected it. He respected the game. He knew that I would never come at him unless I had to do my job. I let them hustle, do their thing, as long as you're not breaking the rules and severely, and you know what I mean?
And I hear you say you let them hustle. So let's tap into that. Because I do believe COC, but don't see. Like, you got to be that way. Because if you see everything and report everything you see, bro, you're going to be writing fucking paperwork from the time you hit the fucking compound till you go home.
And you're going to have a target on your head, bro.
Yeah, so just like you see and you don't see. And that's also a respect thing. Real convicts, they understand that. Like, they going to let you do your job. But they also know their job is not to get caught. So while you there, if they respect you, bro, they not going to do that shit in plain sight with you. They know, like, nah, don't do this. Because bro going, you know what I'm saying, he might come out the bubble and he going to flip this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying, he going to call the team down here. So, you know what I'm saying, you see and you don't see. And they going to hustle. It's the nature of prison. Like, you put a bunch of men confined to a little space, bro, and a piece of toilet paper become a hustle.
Right.
Like, shit, we pass out toilet paper and
Every Wednesday,
and Buddy down in bunk 105 low, and he ain't got no toilet paper. Shit, he willing to go steal a sneaker out of this man locker just to get him some toilet paper. So everything is a fucking hustle. Or you got an orderly, and I think we all done did this. You got your orderly, you let him get 2-3 rolls. You know what I'm saying? Because he always doing shit for you, making your job easier. And shit, now he hustling toilet paper. He walking around this motherfucker rolling off 6 sheets and passing that bitch to a bitch. Know what I'm saying? That's 6 sheets for a piece of chicken at the chow hall. Like, know what I'm saying? Everything is a hustle. So I think you learn that real quick. Know what I'm saying? Prison is his own world, man. Inside them gates, man, it's a different world, man. And everybody can't come inside them gates, CO or inmate, man. It ain't for everybody. And I tell people when I see new officers coming in, no, be sure this is what you want to do, because this shit different. And my first time on the compound, bro, we walked in the gates. They feeding chow. Motherfucker, I look around, bro. It's like motherfucking 2,000 people walking in one motherfucking spot to eat.
Yeah.
So, bro, in that moment, it was 7 of us. 3 of them quit after that day. That was our first day. We ain't even made it to the academy. We ain't even been assigned a dorm to work yet. We just in the fucking child. And it was like a little mini tour. Like you had to be on the compound for like 4 hours. So like you fed child and you kind of watched the yard movement, then you went home that day. So it was just like 3 people quit off the strength of that. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's a different experience, man. To me, my biggest thing was I couldn't believe it with this many people in prison. Like, damn, this somebody father, this somebody brother, this somebody cousin, partner. They, you know what I'm saying? They homeboy. Like, man, it's this many people in prison. And that shit like a real reality check how close we are as, you know, you a civilian that ain't been to prison. You ain't nothing but a decision away. Yeah. You one false move away, bro. And I'm talking about, I met some inmates that wasn't bad people. Like you said, DUI. A night of partying, going home, you hit somebody, kill somebody, and you spending the rest of your life in prison behind this. You look at their rap sheet, they ain't got shit else on their shit. So you know, like, man, you really, for me, it was just like, damn, I'm this close to being an inmate. So that was a reality check. And it wasn't that I'm in fear of being an inmate. It's just like I realized, damn, like, in a blink of an eye, I can go from driving my own car, going home, getting in my bed, to a orange jumpsuit in a motherfucking room with a hard ass bed,
blue and white stripes,
and a bitch waking us up at 4 o'clock. Tonight we got to go cook chow for the compound.
recall.
Yeah, man. Like that shit. That was the reality check for me, man. So, yeah, man. That first stab in the motherfucker though, when you see somebody get fucked up.
And like I said, like, you know what I mean. Like, I had a lot of experiences prior to DOC. You know what I mean. But it's like when people talk like they about it until you see it. Then you see it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm the soft. I'm not, you know what I mean. But I'm not the toughest either. Like, I'm, you know, I seen it. I said, damn. That was real. That's when they hit home. I was like, damn, that could have been me. Because you know, police, the inmates hate officers. They do. In other prisons, just
straight up hate motherfucking COs, and you ain't saying shit wrong to them.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Most of them being for life and stuff. So when I seen that, I was like, damn. You know what I mean. I was like, well, I don't want what he's having. So you know what I mean. I took my ass in that little bubble. You know, I got relocated, kind of figured shit out, and then from there, you know what I mean. I did what I did, but like I said, I respect, saved my life, but. Going back with that chow hall shit, yeah, something have like 1,500, 1,600 inmates, and we had like 4 females quit because of the situation. I remember they had me on the scanner.
The worst.
I ain't know what I was doing. I was COT. I ain't been in the academy yet. I was COT.
Facts.
And I'm typing in numbers that it ain't happening. And bro, them inmates is getting so mad. Come on, bro. You playing? Come on, man. Come on, CO. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say it's embarrassing, but it's a little like. It's a little. It makes you under your skin because you a man in the day,
and you don't know what you're doing.
Right? I don't know what I'm doing.
Because they throw you to the wolves. They
don't train you. They don't train you. Like they do now for the new officers, but for when they ain't trained me.
They see a new cop and they like, man, your ass get on that scanner.
What?
And then you fuck around in the scanner break, and now you got the clicker. Now the inmates playing games with you because them boys going out, they doubling back. Like that shit be real. They gonna double back on your ass, and man, that's a fact, bro. Like, that chow hall motherfucker, man. But that's a hell of an experience. You're a CO, man. I advise you, man. Go get you some chow hall experience, man.
Yeah, go to some chow hall experience.
Get to a real compound and get you some too.
Go to the chow. Be a chow hall officer for a couple of years. You be all right.
Hey, man, we was coming through the academy. We had a lieutenant told us, one of y'all gonna get assigned to be the chow hall officer. And he said the chow hall either gonna make or break you. I was working with one of my homegirls, man, and she got assigned to the chow hall coming out the academy. And she slid a note up under the lieutenant door and said, I am broken. After 2 months working at the chow hall, bro, she was ready to get that shit up. But yeah, man, that shit crazy, man. So, you know, you at Sumter now. And you know what I'm saying? That was your introduction to the real DOC. So, my next question, did you ever have an inmate that shook you up as far as, I'm scared of this motherfucker? Because this motherfucker crazy.
Oh, that's a good question. only had one. I'm not gonna name his name because we cool now. So I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, he was a gang member. He was a blood. You know what I mean? High up, the lieutenant, high up there. And he ain't like the way we talked about the locker chat earlier. He ain't like the fact he had nudie pictures and shit. You know they can't have penetration.
Right.
He had all this stuff in his locker, and me being new, I said, "Hey, bro, you can't have that." That man said, "I do what the fuck I want to do. I've been in this bitch for longer than you've been alive."
Facts.
And I said, "All right, I get that, but I'm just trying to do what was told to me." And that dude said, "You know what? He went in confinement, everything behind that for 30 days." And he told me when as he left in handcuffs, he said, I'm gonna get you, David. I'm gonna get you. David, is it? And it's on my uniform. I can't even lie to him. I'm gonna get you, David. Don't even worry about it. I got you, nigga. Don't worry about it. When they confined me for 30 days, I forgot about him. He came back on the compound. That nigga, bro, was on my shit crazy. And at the time, I was like, you know what, man, fuck that dude. He ain't gonna do shit. This motherfucker went and made them inmates. At one time, he made a whole dorm against me. He told every inmate, hey, yo, when that nigga David working the dorm, you cut up. Don't do shit. You got my permission. We out here. Them niggas was hanging out. You hear me? Them niggas was, I'm talking about 11 o'clock being lights out, 11 o'clock. Them niggas was 12, 1 a.m. Lights still on. I'm like, damn. At the time, you know what I mean? I was still new. I didn't even know I was going. I'm calling for people. You know, old school, old head deals. You don't call me unless you on fire or you dead or the building on fire. You know what I mean? So I didn't know who to call. I'm calling, no one's responding. I just let them do their thing. I let them hang out. But what made him respect me is later down the road, when he had to handle some business, some dude owed him. They didn't want to pay up. He stabbed him in the neck. I seen it again. That was my third stabbing. He stabbed him in the neck. I said, you know what? I'm sorry. He told me, he said, you know what? I respect you, David. You know why? Because you ain't snitch. You ain't do none of that shit. You let me do my thing. You call afterwards. I respect that. You know what? And you have a job to do. So I'm going to let you do your thing, man. And the respect. You came me respectfully with it. And I was so upset that I have some punk ass 25, 26, 27-year-old tell me what to do. And I'm 45. Fuck you. But I respect you. So he let me do my thing. And like I said, we cool now. I'm not going to name his name. But you know what I mean? So that was my little reality to like, you know, it could have really been that if he really was on that.
That boy had your ass worried on that cover.
Yeah, I mean, sweating. I was sweating, you hear me? And especially, now before I became a permanent confinement officer in both institutions, Zephyr Hills and Sumter, both confinement officer.
Yeah.
That was before that. So I was really outside on the yard, in the dorms, just popping in, popping out. That dude could have killed me.
Yeah.
He told me he was.
That's the most, I'll tell people, man, you know, the fear of the unknown is working at that prison. You don't know if you getting outside them gates every day you come to work. You come into work, bro, it's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
Especially at the real institutions.
Mm-hmm.
At a real institution where this shit going down, the gang violence high, stabbings left and right, man, like, yeah. As a CO, bro, this shit dangerous. And I had my little moment like that too, man. I was working confinement in Taylor. I just started working up there at Taylor CI. And we go around, you know, a shower night. So, man, confinement there, man, it ain't like Zephyr Hills, man. You talking about 150 plus people in this bitch. So, bitch, shower night literally gonna last probably 6 hours.
Shit.
And
you know what you're doing.
Yeah. So we in that motherfucker, and I'm telling him, hey man, you know, are you showering or not? He ain't responding. So I'm just like, bro, you showering or not? Like, man, I ain't with all that shit. Like, I'm already mad because you sweating like a dog. Bitch, I still got 100 more motherfuckers that got the shower when you bullshit.
You're on a time limit. Come on, man.
Like I'm trying to be done with this shit. So, man, that inmate looked at me. That motherfucker said, and I had my tie on that day. I'm in my class A.
Oh, wow.
That inmate told me, he said, and that crazy part, he's sitting on the bench. I mean, on the bunk. So I can't really see how fucking swole up this motherfucker is. Like I said, I'm new to this shit. That motherfucker stood up. That motherfucker looked like Andre the Giant standing up in that bitch. I said, I immediately paused. I was like, the fuck? This motherfucker huge. Ain't no pistols back here. I can't shoot this motherfucker, bitch. I'm gonna have to fight if this bitch get hold of me.
What?
And he got up on the door and he said, listen here, bitch. I'll take that tie off your neck and hang your fuck ass.
Oh, he had to fight me.
So when he said that shit, I'm looking at how big he is. I'm like, damn, this little motherfucking gas and spray and shit ain't gonna do a fuck thing to this motherfucker. So I went and I looked at his sheet. I went and looked at his charges. I had to go see who the fuck I'm dealing with. So I look at this motherfucker a murderer. This motherfucker a stepper. yeah, let me pipe down.
Let me chill out.
Let me chill out,
yeah.
because this motherfucker, he'll hurt people for fun. So I'm like, yeah, man. And he was a big motherfucker. He ended up getting out the box, right? So we was on the rec yard. And on the rec field, they don't want you, you know what I'm saying, walking in no more than 4 groups. Four people to a group. So he get out, man, it's like the whole compound been waiting on him to get out. It's like 20 motherfuckers walking with him. So hey, y'all gotta break that up. Y'all gotta break that up. So he look at me. Ain't nobody else say nothing, but he look at me. Like I say, he was a big ass dude. So he look at me. And I'm like, shit, it's him again. So he looking at me like, man, shut the fuck up. So but then he called me and said, hey, Fitzpatrick, man, I want to rap with you for a second. So I'm trying to play like I'm cool, but bitch, I'm finna swing first.
Right.
Like, bitch, I'm scared. I'm finna swing first. You not finna world start hitting me,
What did you say? Off the safety?
Yeah, man, I'm finna swing first, bro. We'll deal with all the other shit later. So he was like, hey, man, I just want to let you know, bro, that day in confinement, bro, that was like some bullshit. I was going through some shit. And I understand you were just trying to do your job, man, da-da-da-da-da. And I was trying to play cool with him. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm just doing my job, bro. I ain't trying to make your time hard, da-da-da-da. He was like, yeah, man, but you were talking that shit too, though. I said, yeah. And then he seen my tattoo, and he was like, oh, you from Belgrade? I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, y'all boys down there different. He's like, man, I played football against dudes from down there. So then I ended up start learning his little life story. Dude was a hell of an athlete, all that shit. Just, he couldn't leave the streets long. So
right.
how that shit go. But yeah, that was my fear of an inmate moment. I don't really have too many after that I had a moment like, damn, this bitch, you're dangerous.
Yeah, I just had one.
Yeah, that was probably like my only one. After that, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of more so I learned how to be my own officer. Like I was the officer I wanted to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna run my dorm how I run my dorm. I'm not gonna run my dorm how Sergeant such and such said run the dorm. No, that worked for him. What worked for me might not work for you. So yeah, man, that was my little moment. So okay, you did something or whatever. You know, overall, how was your experience at something though? Like, you know, what did you take from it?
Shit, I took to keep your mouth shut, be respectful, humble yourself, but also pay attention to detail, and don't believe what everyone tell you.
Right.
I took all those advices and moved back to Tampa and transferred to ZCI.
Yes, sir. So you got the ZCI. I was already there when you came. And what was your experience? Because to me, ZCI was sweet, man. When I got to ZCI, I was just like, damn, this shit laid back. You know what I'm saying? It was an old man camp. You know what I'm saying? We literally got a dorm that's for people that's about to die. So that's how old these motherfuckers is on this compound. So it's just like, man, this shit laid back. You ain't seeing no stabbings. You ain't seeing no dumb shit. You might have you could tell when the dope hit the compound. That's about it. But you was there when we had the one dude that got killed in Delta. No, Echo.
With the locker? Yeah. That was the first week I transferred here.
Yeah, that was like the first time something major happened there. And I came to ZCI in 2018. Yeah, 2018 I came there.
Oh, that's nigga.
So that shit, you know what I'm saying? That was the most violent shit I ever seen though. You ain't never seen nothing else outside of that. So how was your experience, you know what I'm saying, when you came to ZCI? What was you thinking your first time on the compound working at ZCI?
Well, my very first day, I went to roll call, briefing, uniform inspection, whatever. They said, hey, David, can we have a conversation real quick? I went over there, and several captains, as you know, were at Sumter when I was there. And they asked me, they said, hey, why are you here? What happened? None of your business. I transferred. Where am I going? You know how DOC messy. They said, okay, you're going to go to Echo Dorm. Or I'm sorry, no. First day, confinement. You're going to go. I went to confinement the first time. I seen a bunch of old-ass men with canes and shit behind the door. I'm like, what? It was, I think ZCI is probably the quietest confinement in the state of Florida.
Facts.
It is so quiet. Motherfuckers is not on that. I go to the door, motherfuckers talking shit to me. Oh yeah, David. And you know, I'm old school. You're not shit. All right, so I'm gonna say, yeah? All right, cool. Echo, roll this door.
Yeah.
We rolling this door.
Facts.
I'm a what now? No, don't go on the bunk. Come to me. Talk to me. I'm a what? I'm a fuck nigga? Go ahead and show me. I ain't give no fucks. Because, my mindset was already fried. I was already trying to get out of DOC at that point, so I didn't give a fuck. But my first impression of it was a laid back camp to go and retire and sweet. But you made my experience better because you was my dog. Confinement was our house, bro.
Facts.
When I did mandatory overtime, working in 16s, if my boy Fitzpatrick not working, I ain't going.
Yeah.
We was always together. When we did work confinement, we were together, bro.
Yeah.
So we had that shit on lock.
Yeah, that shit was sweet, man. I used to come in that bitch and kick my feet up, man. You already know how we did in confinement.
Yep.
Knock our showers out, bitch. We finna go watch movies and shit the rest of the night. Cause like you said, that shit so quiet. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? When you got to respect things, again, respect is everything in that field of work. So, you know what I'm saying? I got respect, bro. Like, that's one thing I prided myself on. The inmates respect me, I respect them. And then that was a way of making them police themselves. If we came in the box and I'm down there, me and you down there working, and the inmate on the door cutting the food, the other inmate's gonna tell the, hey man, Fitzpatrick on shield, tighten up. So the inmate's gonna speak for you, bro. And that says a lot about who you are as an officer. You know what I'm saying? They gonna respect you to tell the other inmates, hey man, y'all boy tighten up, man. Don't even try fits like that. So you know what I'm saying? That was some real shit.
Definitely needed you on third shift. You know they put me in confinement. That was my permanent house. I was in confinement until I resigned. I was in confinement for another year straight. Yo. And I was working with many different people. You know, and we were together. You and Sergeant Collins. Yeah, y'all the only two.
Man. I miss my dog.
Y'all the only two. When we were together, quiet, because they knew David was on that, and they knew the sergeant was on that. But when I worked in third shift with these different miraculous or the different sergeants, they would say, "Oh well, David on that, but he's just an officer. He really can't do much."
Yeah.
So the sergeant, you know, is this name, so he ain't gonna do shit. So David, he really can't do shit.
Right.
So that kind of hindered me from doing my job. But again, that respect. They were quiet. Now, they had beef with the sergeants, and they'll say, David, stay away from the door, my boy. Stay away from the door. Because I got this shit pie ready for this sergeant. When he come, I'm going to hit him, and I don't want to hit you. So stay away from the door. And I say,
I ain't never go through that, man. I never went through somebody with a shit ball ready to go crazy. But I walked in, and this is another thing, you know what I'm saying, when the inmates, they fuck with you. I came in, we in briefing, and they was like, Fitzpatrick, they down there, one on them smeared the wall with shit. Covered itself up in shit, done covered the window up, can't see in there, he got shit all across it. So I come in, you know, immediately going, I always put the shit down, and I go to his door. I'm like, hey, bro, this Fitzpatrick, bro, tighten up. The man wiped the shit down and was like, Sarge, man, I only did that because what you calling them with him, bro.
I remember that one.
Yeah, you remember that shit? He was like, bro, I only did that because what you calling them with him, man. I'm finna clean all this shit up, Sarge. I was like, damn, that shit
You wanted
crazy.
your spit sign, matter of fact?
Yeah,
spit shine?
that man cleaned his own cell up, got right. He was like, man, I can't remember that inmate name. He was a younger dude. He was just like, man, the only reason I'm doing this, bro, because they be fucking with me. And that be a lot of things, man. A lot of people come into DOC, bro, and they put on that uniform. And they think the uniform make them a man. And they think a man supposed to respect him because he got that uniform on. But I was raised a certain way. My old boy worked in DOC, so he told me when I was coming in, they gonna respect the man in the uniform, not the uniform on the man.
Right.
So I always prided myself in being a man outside of this uniform. So I got that respect just because, man, you didn't have to put a shirt on me to make me feel like I was a man. Know what I'm saying? So I came in like that. A lot of officers don't come in like that. They be straight pussy.
Right.
And then they come in here and put on a shirt, and now you trying to run shit. And that ain't how this go. Know what I'm saying? An inmate could sniff that on you. Like he could sniff that you ain't like that. So you coming in like that there, man, like that shit different, man. So it's a respect thing. And ZCI was sweet though, bro. We had fun at ZCI.
That was my best time. We had the best times overnight.
We had some fun at ZCI,
We had the best
bro.
times overnight. Yeah.
We had some fun, bro.
We did,
bro. We had that one green ass colonel used to always try to catch me sleeping that bitch, but we had some times.
Yeah, yeah. You know what though? He's at Lake right now.
Yeah.
He's at Lake. And he catching hell, so
yeah, man. I ain't fuck with that boy at all, man. But I did meet some good people there at ZCI, man. I met some brothers and sisters for life, man. And you know what I'm saying? Let's veer into that, man, because we do meet some good people in that field. You meet a lot of bad people. You meet some good people too. Mm-hmm. Even the inmates, man. Like, bro, you worked there long enough. You established relationships with inmates.
Of course, yeah.
And even like when my last day there, that was tough for me because I knew I was leaving behind inmates that they connected to me. Like me coming to work every day meant something to them. Mm-hmm. If I went on vacation, like, damn, Sarge, where you been at? Damn, Sarge, man, the dorm was crazy when you went here, bro. Like, I miss you, Sarge. Damn near so many words they telling you, man, I miss you, Sarge. Come on back to work. So, you know what I'm saying? That was kind of tough, too, to step away from it, knowing that you do impact people. So, you know what I'm saying? We talking about the relations with other COs. Like, me and you cool, but you don't meet everybody that's cool enough. You going to meet some green-ass motherfuckers. So,
they going to on your downfall, yeah.
Yeah, course, so yeah. What's your take on, you know, interactions with your fellow coworkers in the Department of Correction?
Well, me personally, I'm not trying to play the race card. I'm not trying to do any of that stuff. You asked me a question, I'm answering it how I feel. I didn't really connect to the white counterparts. I didn't do that. And the reason why was because they were on some other stuff, and they didn't really understand the struggles that we went through. So when I transferred there, as you remember, I clicked to you and a lot of the other colored officers because I felt as though, and especially me being young, you know, I definitely felt some like more of a brotherhood, more of like this dude could be a mentor. You know, you have 10 plus years of experience, so I can definitely get with you with my little 3 years and some change experience. You know, and you can help me out. You know, be a better officer before I resigned. You know what I mean? Like, so it was definitely like it just depends on who you messing with, who you talk to, stuff like that. Like I said, like my coworkers, like I didn't really mess with all of them because they were weird. They were planning on your downfall. And you remember, they used to hit on me heavy. Yeah. Motherfuckers was hating on me.
It's some major haters in
They were hating on me. I don't understand that. I transferred from another prison where shit was popping. And I think it was because when the little stuff did happen, I knew what to do. I was on point. The inmates respected me. When I say lay down, they all lay down. They understood what was going on because they knew, you know, they sensed and they background check on me, I'm sure, that I came from other institutions. Yeah. So they knew, okay, this dude know what he talking about. This dude, he ain't no COT. He ain't just been at this low soft ice camp. He been other places, so he know what's going on. And, you know, like I said, like, it was just I didn't like it. I didn't like Zephyrhills. I think Zephyrhills is probably the worst institution in the world. I think the Florida Department of Corrections itself as an agency is the worst agency to work for. I think if you want to get some type of correctional experience, I say get on with Hillsborough, get on with Pinellas, Manatee, you know, get on with those places, you know what I mean? And they can give you the same correctional experience, but you'll be a deputy instead of a correctional officer. Your title will be a correctional deputy, or I'm sorry, detention deputy. But, you know, the Florida Department of Corrections is a lost cause. I don't think that it's anywhere where anyone should go. I think if they did go, definitely do your, a year, 2 years? Definitely
get your certification and go.
Get it and go. Because like you told me the other day, they rot your mind and they make you a discreditable, they make you a really twisted officer. Right. So I say get your certification, your experience, and leave. But like I said, you and a couple others, you have my back many times. Right. Y'all made my shift. Y'all made me want to stay. And when you left, that hit me home because I'm like, damn, you know, my man's my boy. You know what I mean? He left. He's doing bigger and better things. I'm still here. You know what I mean? And I don't trust anyone there to have my back if an inmate was to attack me, which I've had happen to me before at that prison with L dorm site inmates. I don't trust them like I trust you and the other guys because we go back ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, you know, I know you would have my back. Even, you know what I mean? So
that's major, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have your coworkers gotta have your back. And that's a scary part of knowing that you out here dealing with real killers that'll kill you on this compound. Right. And your fellow man ain't got your back. And that's the scary thing. And that's why I used to always tell people, you know, working in with all the bickering. It's a lot of bickering. We know that. Mm-hmm. A lot of rumors. I used to always tell people, like, bro, do you understand what we working at? Mm-hmm. And you coming in here with that fuck shit. You mad at me because I'm fucking officer such and such. You hating on me because I can fuck officer such and such. And here it is as an inmate plotting to kill me, and you hating me behind another officer that you can't fuck. And this inmate done plotted to kill me, and I don't even know if you got my back because you beefing with me about some shit that don't matter.
About some pussy.
About some pussy. Yeah. And
really?
We both know, working in that field, dudes will hate you about a female officer.
We fucked the same bitch. We probably fucked the same woman. I'm sorry. We probably fucked the same woman. Right. So you're upset because we did that. So that does mean nothing when we're in that type, which we'll go on relationships. We'll get on with relationships, but it's crazy. I would never do that, especially with you or anybody, OGs. I would never do that because at the end of the day, with y'all with tenure and experience, I know y'all got me. I know you do. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know what I mean? But like I said, no one has respect. And that's just not with DOC. That's just an everyday thing. No one just has respect. You know what I mean? So that's just what needs to improve for shit to be better.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It is crazy, man, to be there and don't feel like somebody got your back. And you feel that. You know what I'm saying? When you start to see certain people leave. Because I think the biggest problem now is we hire so young in that field now.
Oh, you was it 21? It was 21 when we started? Like 21 up?
Yeah. But what it is now?
I think it's 18.
18?
18 and
yeah, like, bro, you hiring babies to come in here. This is their first job. They ain't went to McDonald's. Hey, Sarge, Collins used to always say, if they ain't had a street fight, they don't need to come in here yet. Right. You hiring kids that ain't even had a street fight, and they come in here trying to tell a 45-year-old blood member that's high ranking, and you trying to tell him what to do. He ain't hearing none of that shit you talking about.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest problem now is the turnover with we hiring so young, and then they come in and they be on that real tattletale shit. Oh, like okay, I run my dorm how I run my dorm.
Yep.
You feel me? Like I'm gonna walk on the floor and you gonna see me go in the inmate cell. I sit on this bunk with him. We chopping it up. Officer be trained a certain way to be like, oh, you don't supposed to talk to inmate.
Anti-inmate.
Yeah,
like, anti-inmate. Dirt beneath their boot.
Yeah,
and I never
rock with that, bro. I never rock with that.
Never.
I never forget, bro. When I started at Taylor, bro, I seen a sergeant tell an inmate, "I better not see the bottom of your shoe." Don't you know the inmate turned around and Michael Jackson moonwalk back to his dorm because he knew that officer was gonna put him on his head.
Yep.
And I was like, what kind of shit is that to tell somebody? So I was never that way, and they trained you to hate people. And you know what I'm saying? When you come up a certain way, bro, you ain't finna come in here and just hate nobody.
Nah, man.
Because you working that shit long enough, bro, them inmates become damn near your friends, bro. Because you spending more time in this bitch. You doing time.
I got some of them on Instagram
Yeah,
at this
facts.
moment right now.
They add you all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them boy always in my inbox, especially after, you know what I'm saying, doing this, what we working on, the podcast. Them boys tapping in right now. They like, hey, Sarge, man, I want to come on. I want to talk about this, da-da-da-da. So, you feel me? I built relations done. I don't even know where them relations going to take me at. You feel me? That's where it comes from being a respectable guy. That these inmates get out, they find you. Even you going to see them in the real world, bro. You going to see them, bro. I was working at the fucking fair right here in Tampa doing security one time as a little part job. Inmate came through, mind you, he met me at Taylor. I worked at Taylor when I first started, bro. When I'm working at the fair in Tampa, man, I'm like in year 8. You feel me? So that's 8 years ago. This man still remember my face. He was like, hey, you used to work at Taylor CI? And then I know how I remember him because he was like one of those white kids, tatted up, but he always acted like he was black, like he was so cool. Right. So I remembered him, and I was like, yeah, I remember you. He was like, man, what's up, man? I've been home like 5 years. He was like, man, well, when you left Taylor, man, we were like, dang, what big dog went at? Because I was so chill, bro. I used to just smoke my black and just go in the dorm, bro. The same shit I was doing at ZCI, bro. I'm gonna smoke my black and go mind my business. I always been that kind of officer. So, yeah, man, that shit, it be like that, man. So, we talking about relations. All right. You got a girlfriend. How hard is it for you to maintain a healthy relationship while working inside them gates? Because you working beside women that don't go home to their man or they got relationship problems. No, so they not happy. Then you not spending time with your girl because you pulling 16s. You trying to get this cheese. You know what I'm saying? You doing what you got to do to make this bread. So you ain't really spending time with your people neither. But you got this girl that you working with every day. She, you know what I'm saying? She a woman. Now she attracted to you because now you listening to her problems that she going through. She basically venting to you. So how hard is it for you to maintain a healthy relationship with your woman outside the gates versus the woman you working with inside the gates?
I did some of my best cheating in them gates. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did my best cheating. But respectfully, as you know about one of my little situations I had at the institution, but it's hard because, I do want to go home to my main. I do.
Yeah.
I want to go home to her, cater to her, do whatever. I actually met the love of my life at Zephyr Hills. You know what I mean? Shout out to Alexandria Person. I love you. But, you know what I mean? I met the love of my life there. She was COT. And, boom, 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 But it's hard because you have to work them constant overtime. And then when you get off and you get home from working them 16s, you're frustrated, you're tired, you're belligerent. You just want to go home. Like, you can't even get a piece of pussy because you're tired.
Tired, man.
Because you got to get up in a few hours to go to your shift. But the Mandos had my back because when I wanted to cheat, I would tell my girl at the time, hey, I got a mandatory overtime, even though I didn't. And I was knocking boots and doing my thing. So it worked out both ways for me. And I'm not condoning cheating in any kind of way. Right. I just did it because I'm young. I was younger, but I'm young. I was making decent money, just living alone, doing my own thing, you know what I mean? Whatever. But if you have a wife, on an all seriousness note, if you have a wife or a husband and you're working in this field, it's not going to work. You're doing, at least in the state of Florida, you're doing constant overtime. You're working 16s. And honestly, but before your relief shows up, you working 17, 18 hours. So you're really working damn near 24 hours.
Facts.
And then you go home, you driving, you all blurry-eyed, tired, delusional, or, delirious. You go home and, you don't have time for your significant other because you got to go to bed to come back to your shift in a few hours. So I definitely recommend if you are married or you have some type of partnership with somebody, do not get into the Department of Corrections. I don't know how police work. Y'all do y'all homework, but corrections wise, it's not gonna work for the county nor for the state level, because you just gotta work. You know what I mean?
You do gotta work,
So-
man. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and I think it comes with maturity though. That's a big thing. Like you said,
It
you
is.
was young, you had your own stuff, and you don't feel like you need to be committed to nobody too. And then
Right.
another thing, like you said, you making money, got your own stuff, so it's just like I'm doing me. You feel me? And then again, you gonna meet a lot of women that's living like that too in the prison. They doing them. They got their own shit. They making money, so it's just like y'all kind of connect. Y'all spending more time with each other. And then like if you just a cool cat, like if you a cool cat, bro, working in that field, bro, you could come in the briefing and a girl will send a shot at you, like on God.
Oh,
Or she
yeah.
done work around you a couple times. You know what I'm saying? She done got like, damn, he really cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? So her mind wondering, and I done had a lot of fun in the Department of Corrections.
I know you
The
did.
first piece of ass I got in Department of Corrections, it was literally this, the show Power that had just came out. And I was in the dorm, this before, you know what I'm saying, I started DOC, you didn't have computers and all that shit. All you had was your phone to call county and to call the other dorms. So we didn't have all of that. I was in the dorm playing tic-tac-toe versus my damn self. Imagine that shit. But that's how bored you used to be in that bitch. But I get a call. I mean, this certain officer, we used to talk about Power. You know what I'm saying? She called me, she was like, hey, you watch Power? I'm like, yeah, you seen that happen? Da, 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 da. So we talking about Power, and she said, before she hung up the phone, she said, man, you look like you can't fuck. So
Ooh.
I'm young, so I'm like, bro, you got me fucked up. I'm finna try that. Like, bitch, I run from here. You know what I'm saying? If you from where I'm from, Belgrade, fucking is a sport. Like, motherfucker, and we 5-star athletes down there. Like, that's what we do. So,
Yeah.
so man, you know what I'm saying? That's how I got my first piece of pussy in DOC. Like, she was like, you can't fuck. And I was like, what? And she was like, well, we get off at 6 a.m. Meet me in the parking lot and follow me home.
D shift?
Yeah, we were working night shift together.
Oh,
We were night shift together. Got off, and man, I trailed her home, and we had a time for about a good 6 months. We were tearing each other up for 6 months, but that's how I go though. Like, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of women throwing themselves at you like that in that field, especially when you're a cool cat. You keep yourself together, and in that field, you'll meet a lot of dudes coming to work, uniform wrinkled. They don't brush their hair. Like,
I think
so they ain't attractive.
the best thing, brother, is you need to smell good.
Oh,
I
right.
used to work with
If
so
you-
many officers
that stink.
that stank, and I would get so pissed. I used to have the orderly 2 or 3 dorms down. Hey, bro, come over here to this dorm and disinfect this seat and clean my desk and clean this office because this shit stank.
Right.
So smell good, look good, feel good. I promise you, you get anybody you want.
Yeah, they gonna
Those principles.
definitely. It's gonna be a magnet. They gonna be on your ass. So yeah, man. I think, you know what I'm saying, working in that field. Like I said, it's about maturity. If you mature, you can manage it with your partner, but you also got to have a partner that's understanding your work life.
Right,
And
right.
if your partner not understanding your work life, all she do is demand you to be in her skin. That shit ain't gonna work, because here you go, you getting this cheese, and she don't give a fuck about you having to pull them 16s. She like, fuck that. I want you home. And then 2, she could be on a different work schedule from you. You work overnight, she work during the daytime, so y'all never seeing each other. Yo, what if your off days in the middle of the week and she got to work during the week? Y'all never seeing each other, so that shit tough. So you really got to have a partner that, you know, understand that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? We on the topic of, you know, relations and inmates, co-workers and stuff. Why do you feel like, outside of the women, that is so much hate amongst co-workers in that field?
That's a good question. I think that, honestly, it matters with how you present yourself, how the inmates respect you, pride and ego. You know, guys that we worked with that were COTs, correctional officer trainees is what that means, that they would come to Zephyr Hills not knowing anything, and that camp is already soft cupcakes, so they really have no experience. Us, you know, we come from other institutions. We set the law, we set the boundary, we set the tone, and we don't have to say much. It's just our aura. When we come in and we just do what we do, they just know, oh yeah, this. When I first started, I came with my boots were dingy a little bit, spray, all that. They said, oh yeah, I know he transferred somewhere. I already knew. You know what I mean? So it just mattered. The hate is just because it's just a lot to do with ego. They can't do what we can do.
Facts.
You know what I mean? They can't. They're not like us. And all Kendrick Lamar shit, but it's just true because, you know what I mean? They don't know what they're doing. They just going off of every little situation, scenario. And we done been through it already. We done seen, for the most part, I'm sure we ain't seen everything, but we seen quite a bit to know, you know, basic standard stuff to know what's going on. And I think it's just a pride thing why people hate. And ego, for us males, ego. We don't want to see another person who just got there, who got more experience or less, do better than us. So
Facts.
we know it's just a status quo type of situation. I feel like is why we get so much hatred. But what do I know?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of hate in there, man. I used to always tell them, man, it's a lot of suckers in here, man. Like y'all dudes not real dudes, man. Y'all some suckers in a uniform. And they couldn't stand that. They couldn't stand like, okay, like Collins. Collins had that swag to him, like you just couldn't fuck with him. Like mentally, he know he that guy. He know he like that. You feel me? And if you work like that, bro, they gonna hate you just because how you carry yourself. Like you walk in the building and you got that command presence. I had a sergeant, God bless the dead, Sergeant Edwards. He told me that. He said, man, something about your command presence. And I took that with me through my whole career. He was like, bro, you can stand on the yard. And he said, you just stand like a man that's confident in what he do. And I said, people, and I've realized, you know what I'm saying, as I went farther in the career, people hate you because your command presence, bro. Just because you command that respect when you know what I'm saying, when you pop out on the yard. You might not even say nothing to nobody. I could be smoking a black of mile, bro, just sitting there, chilling. And the inmates, you know what I'm saying, they vibing that like that. Man, look at Sarge, man. Sarge just cooling.
Yeah.
Feel me? Or they could hate you because you could walk in the dorm and you got that respect. They hate you for shit like that, bro. Like just because you are a good dude. You feel me? So yeah, man, like it's like that, bro. It's a lot of hate for some bullshit. So you know what I'm saying? We still talking about these relations and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta ask you this. How many COs did you smash? If you had to throw a number out there.
I am not gonna answer that question. 'Cause I don't know where that go. But what I will say is I did have my fun. I did. And most of my fun was on your shift, first shift.
Yeah.
Coming in third shift, seeing your little first shift baddies come through, you know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. And they don't know me. So I'm from third shift. I'm just here on this Mando.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? We get to talking because that's all we can do first shift. They all sleep. So we all talking, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? But if I had to throw a little number out there, man, in my little 3 years, 4 years experience, I'd probably say some COs. I'm gonna say a solid 5. I'm gonna say 5, including those situations you know about.
You're right.
But other than that, because I really try not to conduct myself in such a way because you never shit where you sleep or where you work.
Hey, man, that shit get crazy.
It do. I don't want the drama.
That shit get crazy.
So I truly try
done
not
been there,
to.
done that, boy. I'm a DOC legend.
Them little BDU pants,
Yeah,
the way that shit be sitting.
I can hang up my jersey proudly out there. I done did my 1-2, boy. I done had some shit happen. But yeah, man, it's definitely gonna happen. Y'all gonna fuck around.
It's natural. It's natural. We
you
feel
human.
it all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you there all
you look
day.
good. You know, shit sitting right.
You want that.
You know what I mean?
You want that.
Like,
you want some of that.
Shit, I know your situation. You come to work and vent to me, tell me how your man ain't doing this and doing that. And shit, we on this Mando making like what, 35, 40 plus an hour while we were doing Mando. So
I'm
we
getting money. Ain't I'm finna try to fuck.
You know, you want your nails done. You know I'm gonna afford
I got
it. You
that.
already know
I'm
that.
finna trick
you
off
know
a little
that.
bit.
You want to go to Miami? You know I'm taking you to
Got
Miami.
that. And we
Come
off on the
bro.
same days.
Yeah,
Come on,
so
let's
we
go
sliding
fuck
together.
around.
Yeah, like so that shit. It's just like I said, if you insecure, if you ain't got game, you ain't got no swag, you ain't got no coof to you.
Yeah.
Don't date no woman in corrections. You can date a nurse, date a firefighter, date a Walmart attendant, do whatever, but don't mess with no woman in corrections. Because if you ain't got that coof to you, and you ain't got no security as a man, she for the streets, dog. She gone.
Yeah.
So-
There's definitely some fucking going on inside them gates, but yeah, man, it's cool. But man, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for coming on and kick it with me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been a while. You know, I left the prison. I ain't seen a lot of y'all, bro. So it was good to see you come out and pop out and speak on your experience inside the gates, man. You know what I'm saying? So what would be your last thing? You know what I'm saying? Your last thought of DOC. What you think of it?
My last thought of DOC, honestly, big dog, OG, bro, you've been doing this for a long time, so you can probably attest to this. The way it did me, I just based off my soul experience, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. No, don't do it. If you want to you want to be in law enforcement, like I said, Pinellas, Hillsborough, Manatee, Sumter, just 4 counties off hands that's hiring. And if you want to get in through the county jail, I say going through the county jail. They're going to train you. They're going to get you right. They're going to be there for you.
Right.
Ain't none of this what we're talking about. Ain't none of this going on in county jails. It's more structured. You know, you're going to feel more safe. The corrections is for motherfuckers who ain't got shit to lose. So I say stay away from DOC. They're going to do you dirty. They're going to rot your mind if you want to go somewhere else. So don't do it. Stay away. Terrible organization. What's the ranking scale? 1 to 10 or whatever, I'm gonna give him a -1. Terrible.
As y'all can see, man, D had him a little rough time inside the gates, man. I got my good and bad. I'm always say this about the corrections though, man. It saved my life. You know what I'm saying? It was more so at the time I working for the Department of Health. I needed extra money. So I had a baby on the way, and I was like, man, I gotta get my grind on. You feel me? Like I gotta do the fuck I got to do. So they had all this unlimited overtime. So I went in with that mindset. I gotta run up a check. So I did, man. This back when DOC was DOC, you could get 100 hours overtime. They ain't give a fuck. Come get that money. So I came and got that money, and I did what I needed to do, man, and it saved me. So that's my final take on it. Know what I'm saying? It gave me a good life. It afforded me a good life. A little bit of a good life, anyways. You ain't like you're gonna get rich with it, but
money be there.
I did what I needed to do. So I appreciate you coming on, bro. It's been a good ride. Know what I'm saying? D came and kicked it inside the gates with us, man. Shout out to my boy, man. Y'all follow him on the gram, on Facebook. Y'all link in with him.
Hey, man, y'all need to get y'all somebody like him. He gonna get you right, man. He had my back forever. He always gonna have my back, man. That's my dog forever. I'll die for this nigga, man. Just know that.
All right, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us inside the gates, man. Salute.